Hello and thank you for tuning into Otaku Talk. Today we'll be discussing Dr. Stone chapter 185. So, without further ado, let's get into it.
頑張れそう頑張れ諦めないで口笛吹きさ歩き出そうよ Going now
Alright guys, once again this is Otaku Talk. I'm your host OD and we're going to be talking about chapter 185 of Dr. Stone. Now, not a lot has happened since the last chapter, and when I say that I don't mean like the nothing has I'm not saying that we haven't progressed. I'm just saying we spent the first half of this chapter. We're still stuck on getting these diamonds to work. And I'll be totally real with you guys. Whenever there's something I can like understand or get, I am super cool and down to like analyze and stuff. But I'll be real with you. I have no clue what is happening with these diamonds. Like for real, all this stuff is going over my head. So like when they go over the bio, the chemistry, all this other stuff, like I have a general grasp and I can talk to you guys about this stuff. I am at a loss with this Medusa diamond stuff. I really don't know like what the problem is. I'm intrigued, and when they reveal like the mystery behind the diamond batteries, I'm definitely going to be excited. But as of this moment, I don't really have any predictions about what's going on. There's like all I'm hearing there's like fault lines and like places where the crystalline structure is weak, and that the Medusa diamonds crack perfectly along one line, so that there might maybe it's a way for them to channel the energy. I don't really know. All I know is that with like medieval ass tools that they're somehow able to work with these mechanisms, and that in and of itself is impressive. Once again, it's a manga, but I'm really enjoying it. The artwork, once again, Boichi has to be one of my favorite artists, and honestly, Dr. Stone is my first time being exposed to him. But I just love how great the story looks and how detailed everything is. It looks beautiful. And then Gaka of this story picked a phenomenal artist. Fun fact, in case some of you didn't know, Boichi, the person that draws Dr. Stone, is also doing a Ace spinoff from One Piece, Porgasti Ace. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't like the art in that. I don't know if it's just because I'm so used to Oda's drawing style, and then to see his characters outside that drawing style slightly perturbs me. But like I checked it out, and I don't know why I found the art so off-putting. It wasn't necessarily ugly. It just wasn't It wasn't One Piece. Do you guys get that? So that was interesting. I've also been reading the light novels, so like technically I already have read the manga. They're just basically releasing the light novels in manga form. So it's definitely worth, if you're not someone like me, it's definitely worth checking out. Anyway, I'm just gonna skip the first half of the chapter because, like I said, don't really know what's going on. Not much has changed from the last chapter. They're working on their Medusas, trying to figure out how to get it to work. The plan's in effect. All they're waiting on is Stanley at this moment. So that's about it. Now, the second half of the chapter is where things get really intense, right? So we have, they decided that, as we heard last chapter, we're going to have one person who's going to stay on the sidelines. Once they deploy the Medusa, they're going to come out and revive everyone, correct? And so, awesome. And the person they picked to do that is Suika, which, honestly, brilliant idea. I don't know why. I thought it was going to be what's his name? His one best friend, is it Taiju? I thought it was going to be Taiju, but like Suika makes so much sense. Super small, super like under the radar. She has her little, I call it a pumpkin. I don't know, whatever that fruit is she wears on her head that she can fit her whole body into. So it's, ultimate stealth mode. Kind of reminds me of like, how like you have like Solid Gear Snake, and like if someone's approaching, you can just hide in the box. I feel something similar with her, where if someone's approaching, she can just hide in the plant and just camp out. So I think that's really cool. So here's where the most interesting part of the chapter occurs. So Suika is accompanied by Francois, and they go to a point which will allow them to, basically see any incoming enemies. And so they go there, and immediately upon going there, they see Stanley and the squad, right? And so they're ready to execute the plan. However, they notice that one of Stanley's men, or in this case, female soldiers, is bitten by a spider, right? She immediately goes down, she convulses in the most erotic way possible. I can't wait to clip in that panel because I was like, really? Seems like more is going on here than she got bit by a spider. But whatever, we'll roll with it. But yeah, that was super interesting. I don't know, that panel cracked me up. It looked like something out of an etchy. But something that I don't know how people feel with. Sometimes I like to go into the community and read people's reactions. I didn't have a chance to do that this time around, but I wonder how people felt about what happens next, because immediately, Soika jumps into action, rolls down, has a pad with, I believe, nitroglycerin. I'll correct it in the post edit if I'm wrong. And, basically what it's supposed to do is cause the vessels to rapidly, to basically react and stop the spread of the poison, I believe. Once again, not the greatest scientist. I'm just spitballing here. But a lot of people might have a problem with, like, what the fuck? She's the enemy. What the fuck? They're gonna kill you. What the fuck? You're gonna give yourself away. And to be completely honest with you, yeah, all those things and more. It wasn't in his best interest to help her, honestly. And like, if the roles were reversed, they would probably let them die. So why am I okay with that? Because that's the principle of this story. Like, Senju single-handedly, now he has a team, but originally single-handedly, he wanted to resurrect and bring back mankind. He wants to use science to catapult mankind back into the modern century, right? However, simply using science and bringing us back to the technology we had isn't his goal alone, right? What happened in the very beginning when we had what was his name, Sukasa? When we had Sukasa, the strongest human, decide, hey, I'm going to call people I don't like. I'm going to call the businessmen and all these blah, blah. Like, basically anyone that has attributes I don't, deem worthy of, the new world, they don't get to be brought back. So much so that I'm going to destroy them so that they can never be brought back. Was Senku cool with that? No. Because good, bad, whatever, he believes in humanity. It's not just about bringing humanity back technologically. It's about bringing humanity back, like, wholefully, right? And part of humanity is kindness, compassion, using science to, science isn't just for the smart. Science can benefit, the dumb, the sick, the injured, all that stuff. And that's what Senku believes in. Senku comes across as like a dickhead sometimes, or a jerk, but he's not. Like, I remember earlier in this chapter they were talking about, is he giving a pep talk? Like, he's not mean, but like he's rather brash about things. He doesn't have a lot of tact. That doesn't mean he's a bad person. It just means he likes to cut to the chase, and I respect that about him as a scientist. And at the end of the day, in my opinion, 9 times out of 10, from what I've seen, he'll always make the right choice, determining what is the right thing to be done and how to help out people. So, in terms of, did Soika fuck up? Depends on who you are, man. I don't know, but I don't think he'll get flack from Senku. I think this will come around to save them, because let's just say, for whatever reason, like right now at this point, it seems like Francois is going to have to take over the plan and have to be the one to revive everyone after the petrification, since, Soika's been caught and captured, it looks like. But if that's not even the case, this might be what really changes, not Stanley at least, but the girl that, by the way, the girl that got bit, whenever she's in her little armor stuff, all I can think of is Samus, and I have a feeling that that's blatantly intentional. But every time I see her, I'm like, Is that Samus? I always think she's Stanley too. Always think she's Stanley initially too. I have no clue why. Stanley has always had like feminine features, and so like the first time I ever saw her, I thought it was Stanley. But yeah, every time I see her, I think of Metroid Prime. But anyway, obviously, she'll realize that Soika had the complete opportunity to let his enemy die. Could have just let her chill there, die, no sweat off his back. But no, he didn't. He didn't do that because that's not the kind of person he is. That's not the kind of person he wants to be, and that's not the kind of person he should be. Sometimes it's great to show mercy and compassion. Me personally, I don't know if I'm doing it. I'm gonna be real. I'm just being real. I don't know if I would do that. These guys are coming to kill us, and like we have a greater goal at hand, right? We're trying to resurrect all of mankind. Sacrifices may need to be made. I know some people might argue like, what's the point if like we lose ourselves in the process? This is a whole ethical and moral quandary here, but I think the right choice was made. I think it's gonna play a lot into the story. There's no way that like you're gonna die and your enemy, stepping out of their way to protect you won't have an impact and effect on you. She might turn over. She herself might come over to our side, or at least if that doesn't happen, maybe eventually down the road when, because there has to come a point where like the teams unite. Like for the most part, every arc, we've allied ourselves with either all of or remnants of certain civilizations. And that's honestly another great thing about this story. There's people in the first village that Senku went to that, don't fuck with him, but then, he still has a lot of the science kingdom from there. There's people that where they found all the Medusas at that didn't fuck with Senku, but, he has a part of them. So he's not necessarily changing everyone's mind and everyone's not getting on board, but enough people are coming on his side to start something. And I think that's good because in real life, not everyone is going to ride with you. Not everyone's going to be down for you. And we see that all the time. We have, various nations in modern civilization. And, sometimes we ally with one another. Sometimes, we make enemies out of one another. So anyway, overall, solid chapter. Nothing too extravagant, but at the same time that the last bit of it really gave us something to think about. We know that there's a lot more to these diamond batteries that meets the eye. Once again, I don't know enough about diamonds to like explain what's happening or how diamonds can even power something. But you know what? I'm sure the author will let us know. They've clearly done boatloads of research on this. So that's interesting. And then, yeah, I really love the plot twist, the cliffhanger that we were left with this chapter. It makes me look a lot forward to the next chapter. Once again, just a reminder, I will be doing a series. I guess I'll call it Otaku X Nerd or something like that. And we're going to be going deep diving into like the science behind the series and how much of it is actually tangible versus how much of it is like superbolic, is heightened, is just purely for the story. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. This is Otaku Talk OD signing out. Take care and have a great day.